What's going on, everybody? Nerd of the 90s here, and I'm back, and this time we're going to be reviewing the next movie lineup for the Road to Aquaman part. And this is Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins, starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Robin Wright, Danny Hudson, David DeLuise, Connie Nielsen, and Elena Anaya. And yeah, is now seeing how much that Warner Brothers has involved with two movies and it affected its reputation, especially the director's career, and pretty much divide fans and critics around. Did this movie manage to save the DCEU? All I can say is yes. And here are 10 reasons why that the movie was absolutely saved. And this time, Warner Brothers did not get their hands filthy there, even though they tried, but Patty Jenkins did not let anyone, at least anyone, touch her movie. And I'm actually happy that she had the guts to tell Warner Brothers to please fuck off. And thank you, Patty Jenkins, for saving this movie. Let's start off from the very beginning. Let's start off with the story. It's an origin story. It does start off with Diana Prince while having a memento from Bruce Wayne, a bit of a remembering photo of her World War I days with Steve Trevor, Samir, Charlie, and also the Chief. Also, who was rumored actually to be one of the gods in disguise, but who knows what he is, but they're still actually Googling to see who he actually is. But anyways, this is an origin story. We get to see Diana Prince grow up as a kid, and we get to see her train up to become an Amazon warrior, all thanks to Antinope, if I pronounced her name right. And also the mother, Hippolyta, actually gets a little bad about this, but in the end she does manage to at least let her train with her aunts. And then right here we get to see Diana Prince fight as a child all the way from being a teenager to an adult. And then we get to see her experience. And also after she blocks a specific attack from her aunts, we do get to see her become much more powerful than her aunt, and it actually shocked the Amazonian warriors, which to me did. But then things turned completely bad until we get to see Steve Trevor escape from the German Nazis from getting captured after he crash lands his plane into Themyscira. And then we get to see the German soldiers attack the Amazonian warriors. After that, Antinope dies. And after that, we get to see Steve Trevor confess with the lasso of truth. And after that, we already get to see that pretty much Ares is all behind this. But is it Ares? We get to find out more, and that's why the adventure continues. And to me, the origin story about this movie gets a plus. I give it that. Diana Prince / Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot once again. I gotta say, here she shines much more, and I loved her in this movie. And man, she shuts everybody up, especially the fans who pretty much hated her. Why is she Wonder Woman? Why is this? Even though she did manage to shut up all the fans, but even though her screen time was a bit small, but here she completely shines. And I gotta say, wow. Well, Gal Gadot, you proved everybody wrong and you owned the Wonder Woman role. But still, once again, Gal Gadot as Diana Prince / Wonder Woman gets a plus. Steve Trevor, played by Chris Pine. I thought, to me, he was actually the comic relief in this movie, and I thought his jokes were funny. His motivation here on trying to get revenge on the German Nazis, well, not revenge on the German Nazis, but to at least stop them for unleashing the mustard gas or whatever they're experiencing with Ludendorff, trying to at least take over the world for himself. And not only that, too, we get to see Steve Trevor at least have a bit of a small relationship with Diana Prince, and I thought those moments were actually cool. I love Steve Trevor and Diana Prince, you know, having a bit of a small relationship there and there. But to me, I thought Steve Trevor was absolutely great, and I give that a plus. For the supporting cast, Hippolyta, played by Connie Nielsen, I thought, to me, she was great, even though her screen time is a bit small, though. But we actually we do actually know that she cares about her daughter and her safety, and how much she's proud of her, of how much she has accomplished from becoming a young girl to becoming a Amazonian warrior, to at least prove herself to her mother and to everybody in the Amazons that she is a worthy fighter. And with that, I do like it. So yeah, Hippolyta is great. Antinope, Diana Prince's aunt, I thought, to me, she was great. She did motivated her niece in order to become a better Amazonian fighter, and I thought her role was absolutely good. And yeah, I give her a plus. Etta Candy, who is Steve Trevor's assistant, I thought she was absolutely cool, even though her screen time's also small too. But to me, I thought she was absolutely great. And yeah, she's a plus too. As for the other soldiers that are on the side with Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor, Samir, I thought he was absolutely great. He's funny though, but in the end, he does take himself seriously while he's out on the battlefield, even though he doesn't do much, even though Wonder Woman does all the work for him. As for Charlie the sniper, He didn't do much, even though he's a bit of a shaky guy, because he has been through some pretty bad and dark stuff in the past. And yeah, I thought he was okay, though, for a time being. And even though we get to see how much he becomes of a scaredy cat to a soldier in the end. And yeah, and also the chief, which I don't know much, but I think he's actually one of the gods that is actually in disguise watching over Diana Prince, and also pretty much joining in on World War I to at least stop Ares from whatever is happening, though, or should I say Ludendorff, who was absolutely behind this all. But hey, at least the chief, to me, I thought he was good. And yeah, the supporting cast does get a plus, and I'll give it that. As for the villains, Ludendorff, portrayed by Danny Hudson, I thought he was okay. Generic motivations, but here it's World War I. All he wants to do is prove himself, and then also show the world that he wants the world to at least submit to him and follow his orders, even though he has someone on his side, would have to be Dr. Maru, or should I say Dr. Poison, who's helped assisting him in making this poisonous mustard gas, which will kill pretty much everybody in the village. And with that, he does succeed, including Dr. Maru with her experiments. And yeah, I thought both Ludendorff, played by Danny Hudson, and Dr. Maru, I'd give him a plus. And I thought what they did here was good enough. But for one villain, which we'll save to later, I'll talk about that in the end. These guys get a pass. I actually like the role, even though this kind of has the villain, though. So yeah, I would have to give it that. As for the action of the movie, wow, I really did love the Amazonian Wars fighting against the German Nazis in the very beginning. Diana Prince training herself up to becoming an Amazonian warrior was good. Wonder Woman proving Steve Trevor and Samir, Charlie, and to the chief that she's not just a woman, but she can kick ass, especially the part where she gets into that World War I battlefield. I thought that part was cool, and I thought it was amazing. And yeah, I really did like that moment, though. And not only that, too, I really did like the fight. Not much, though. The climactic battle in the end, well, we'll get to that in a bit. So the action, it does get a plus, so I'll give it that. For the soundtrack, I thought the composer here does a fantastic job. I really did love the music here, especially Wonder Woman's theme song. I loved it. I really did. And wow, I gotta say, fantastic job to the composer. I give you a plus, and I gotta give you credit to how much you put hard work into this movie, and especially the soundtrack, though. As for the world itself, the World War I setting, I thought it was great. Well, not great, but it's gritty, depressing, sad to see how bad the world is, and how Diana Prince is affected by all the violence that is going on, especially, everything that has happened, and all she thinks is that what's sad is it's Ares' doing, and pretty much that's how everything goes by. The World War I setting, I thought it would be cool, even though I was a bit mad that it wasn't in the modern setting, but here the World War I setting does affect well. The world of Themyscira, wow, it's a beautiful place, I gotta say. Even though it's filmed, I think, somewhere in Greece, and I gotta say, it's beautiful, and I would really love to go. And yeah, good, perfect setting, Patty Jenkins, and for whoever chose in the crew to film the movie there, and I gotta give you guys credit. As for here, the biggest cons of the movie, this is where the movie does have slipped down a bit. The cons. Ares, David DeLuise does deliver a really fantastic job here. His motivation sounds clear in how he wants to do, but the climactic battle between Wonder Woman and Ares, man, oh man, I am so disappointed. All I can say is this is pretty much the fight. Let's just say this is Wonder Woman, the dog right here, and this is actually Ares, and here it goes the fight. Wonder Woman. And there's a moment where they throw combos. And after that, it goes back and forth. And I'm like, really, Ares? Is that the fight you give to Wonder Woman? I am pissed off at how the way you're fighting against her. And that's freaking bullshit. And to me, that part of the fight was, to me, the most upsetting part of the moment, though. And not only that, where the hell is Linda Carter? That, to me, disappointed me the most. And man, they really didn't need a Linda Carter to have at least a cameo, though. It's not possible that she doesn't want to be part of the cameo, but at least it would have been worked for. And not only that, too, we get to see her, like, an aged-up Amazonian warrior. I don't want to say that, though, but to at least motivate Diana to become a better warrior, even though Antinope is the one that does this. But I hope in the sequel, in Wonder Woman 84, we get to see her there becoming the replacement of Antinope, even though Antinope in this movie is pretty much confirmed dead after the battle between the German Nazis and the Amazonian warriors. And yeah, those are my only cons of the movie. And thank God Warner Brothers did not got their filthy hands in this movie. And that really just makes me happy. Patty Jenkins, thank you for at least defending this movie. And not only that too, at least letting Warner Brothers know to fuck off. Thank you. Is this movie worth watching? Yes. Go and watch Wonder Woman. To me, Wonder Woman is actually one of my favorite DCEU movies. And it's actually one of my favorite movies right behind The Dark Knight, Superman 1, the very first movie from Christopher Reeve. And this is in third place, right behind Man of Steel, though. I thought, to me, this is actually one of my favorite DC movies that I have ever watched in quite some time. Is it a near masterpiece? No, as I explained in the cons, it's not. So with that, my final verdict is a 9 out of 10. It does get a yes seal of approval, and I do acknowledge everyone here to watch the movie, and especially my other friends here, though. Because a few of my friends did not watch the movie, and I'm like, wow, really? Why? Because of how much the reputation that Warner Brothers got their hands inside. But that was not the only thing that happened, though, because next time when we come back, we're going to be talking about Justice League, and I'm going to be talking about the future of the DCEU, how much it got jeopardized, all thanks to Warner Brothers getting their fucking hands filthy in this movie, and that really pisses me off. Well, anyways, guys, that is it for right now. As you can see, I got my Justice League t-shirts, as I pretty much love it, because you got Wonder Woman right here, and everybody here, even though no Green Lantern though, but we'll get them soon. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time with Justice League and the future of the DCEU. Bye-bye.